Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to my now sports and gaming channel, The Maddening. This video, I want to talk about some Texan problems. I woke up this morning and I saw this article here. Report O'Brien could have lost locker room if he stuck with Brock, and the article actually proved me right on a lot of things I was thinking about what was going on with Brock and why he's actually still in the goddamn game. Now, it inspired me to do this and to rant. So I figured I will mix my gaming channel with a sports channel here and go from there. But anyway, just a little background here. I grew up in Maine, being a New England Patriots fan, and I came down to Texas, and just about a year and a half after starting to follow the Texans and starting to root for them, Bill O'Brien and some other Patriot coaches, ex-Patriots coaches, and some players came down to coach and play for the Texans. And I thought, wow, that's interesting how things work out. And it's been an interesting road, but kind of frustrating this year, mainly because of this guy right here. And I think I know the issue because a similar thing happened in New England back in 93, 94. We signed Bill Parcells as our head coach, who did a great job with the Giants, winning 2 Super Bowls. And within a couple years, he made us a tough team that ended up going to the Super Bowl, which we could have won. We played better special teams, stopping Desmond Howard, 2 kick returns for touchdowns. And if Bill Parcells didn't say before the game that he was no longer going to coach the Patriots the next year because he wanted to pick the ingredients for what he was cooking. Basically meaning he wanted to be able to pick the players in the draft and free agency. If he can't pick the ingredients, why is he going to cook for you? I understand that, but not every coach can actually do that. Bill Parcells is one of them, but it ended up working out pretty good for the Patriots because they still ended up getting his understudy, Bill Belichick, later on, who ended up getting that control of being able to pick the players in the draft and free agency, and who stays with the team, who doesn't, and who starts and who doesn't. So he got total control, and he's doing a good job with it. Um, but the interesting thing is with Bill Belichick's understudies, they haven't had a lot of success. Eric Mangini went to the Jets. Nah, didn't do all that good. Then you have Josh McDaniels, who was their offensive coordinator for a while. He went off to the Broncos, and he ended up having Tim Tebow as a starter. I don't know if he picked that, but what in the hell? Yeah, he's a fan favorite, but he's not that good of a quarterback. Um, then there was Romeo Crennel left, went to the Browns. He did all right, but not enough to really make the playoffs or keep his job. He ended up coaching for the Chiefs for a little bit before he came over to Houston, and he built up their defense, which is badass. And he's built up this defense here in Houston, which is badass. And he did that in New England from early 2000 to 2006-ish. Helped win 3 Super Bowls. So, and he helped do it with the Giants too when they won 2 Super Bowls. So the guy's good at that. Currently not so good at the head coaching. I don't know exactly why, but when it comes to defense, the guy's he just knows what he's doing, and I would have him as my defensive coordinator anytime. But anyway, um, not all of them could have been able to be the general manager and head coach. I mean, it's a huge jump from going to coordinator to head coach, yet alone from coordinator to head coach to also general manager. I do think Bill O'Brien's a little bit different because he seems to be a tough personality. He's a straightforward guy. He wasn't afraid to get in Tom Brady's face. Tom Brady already won 3 Super Bowls, and he's been a league MVP, and he threw an interception in the red zone, and O'Brien would be up in his face yelling at him. They would be in verbal fights, while Belichick would be like, "Oh my God, come on, guys." And then he was tough enough to go into Penn State after that Sandusky issue and the child molestation and the death of their longtime head coach, while a lot of the fans didn't want him to be the head coach. I think there was even death threats and whatnot. And he took over. And even though with not having complete support from the fans and the team, he was able to give them winning records the 2 years he was there and set up a good foundation for whoever came in after him. So and there he actually had a bit of an experience being a general manager, even though it's not a pro job there. I'll scroll down this in case you want to read this as well. But anyway, when they ended up signing Brock, I don't really think at the time O'Brien wanted it. O'Brien couldn't even talk to the players at that time. He couldn't talk to the free agents, but the general manager could. So he might have been like, okay, this is your decision, all right. Because in interviews before, O'Brien has said what the owner wants is what the owner gets. It's his team. This is what we're going to do. If he wants this, this is what we're going to do. But that's the problem with owners. They get in the fucking way sometimes. They want something and it's just like, yeah, okay, you want this, but you're not a head coach. You're not a football-minded person. Yeah, you like football, but that doesn't mean you know what the hell you're doing. You can look at Al Davis and what he did with the Raiders, just constantly wanting to get speed. You look at what Jerry Jones did with the Cowboys for the longest time. You know, not letting the coach till Bill Parcells came in there, built up a team, and once Parcells built up the team, he got rid of him because he wanted to take that control again. I used to watch a bit of the Redskins because they used to be the original Boston team, and their owner Snyder gets in the way and just wants to blow money on these big time free agents, like, you know, this time we're gonna win now. And he doesn't get that it's a team effort, not just one player. It's taken him a long time to learn that. Rob Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, has learned that, hey, I'm a fan. I'm going to let the coach do the coaching and do what he gets to do to win. You got to trust him. If you want to get in the middle of it, you're going to mess things up. Just like Parcells said, he's the cook, and if you come in putting in your own ingredients, you can't blame him for what comes out of the pot, because he's not the one that was throwing in these extra ingredients or taking out ingredients that he would have put in. I mean, that's just retarded. But a lot of times the blame falls on the coach, and they just get a new coach. You think you can get any player, and it's just going to work out. It doesn't quite work out that way. But to be honest, I don't think O'Brien wanted him. Because it was pissing me off that O'Brien said that it doesn't matter when you were drafted, just like DJ Swearinger drafted in the second round. He didn't want to play special teams. Well, he got him. Because Swearinger said, I'm a second round pick, I don't play special teams. Well, he's not there anymore. He was also talking about pay. Doesn't matter how much you're getting paid. We saw a little bit of that with the quarterback situations when they had Fitzpatrick and Ryan Mallett and Brian Hoyer, and they would make the switches all the time. And that's what frustrated me about this year, is that Osweiler has been playing so much worse than any one of those quarterbacks, yet he wouldn't take him out. And I was like, this has to be an owner thing. He's going to take the blame for it because he's a leader, and he's not going to cause a disruption in the locker room or in the team. He's smarter than that. But I don't think he wanted to be brought in. Matter of fact, according to this article, if you were reading it at all, is that they would have put Savage in a lot sooner, but he had an elbow injury. He didn't even practice for the last 2 weeks or so, which is amazing how well he played against the 4th-ranked pass defense against the Jaguars. But we'll see how well he does tonight, because this is Christmas Eve, and playing the Bengals at home. Bengals have got a good defense. They're going to be ready for him. It looks like they're not going to have Lamar Miller being able to run the ball. Let's see how Savage does. I'm rooting for him. I liked him since they drafted him. When I knew they were drafting the quarterback, it was 3 years ago now. If they didn't get Derek Carr, there was 2 other guys I wanted them to get: Jimmy Garoppolo or Tom Savage. And I was surprised that the Patriots took Jimmy Garoppolo in the 2nd round. I really liked his footwork and how he threw a nice little deep fade. He was very accurate on those little soft lob throws. I wasn't quite sure about his poise and his toughness. He didn't play in the top divisions or whatnot, but he looked very talented. In Tom Savage, I liked his toughness, his poise. He had a good arm, and he didn't get a lot of playing time since he transferred a couple times, but he showed that he was resilient mentally and physically, especially after coming in and getting hurt in his first year against the Colts. He felt bad about that, and then his next year playing well in preseason against the Cowboys and hurt his shoulder. Would only be out for a couple weeks, but they sat him for the season, and he didn't get butthurt about it. He went and studied and learned and stayed with the team, and it's paid off now. Excuse me. Now, I really hope he's the guy, but right now anything is better than Brock, especially since he can get the ball to Hopkins and to Fuller. I mean, Brock, why is he the only quarterback that they had in the last 3 years that can't even throw the ball to Hopkins? That's really all you gotta do, and he's gonna catch a lot of them, because the guy's just nuts. This guy pulled down one of his arms, he catches it one-handed. It's nuts. Granted, he doesn't catch all of them, but hey, he catches more than most people would. You think you just throw it to him? No, but if he does, he throws it like shit, and it's picked off, and it's ridiculous. I almost thought freaking O'Brien kept him in to troll Hopkins, because Hopkins friggin' wanted to be a diva and sit out at the beginning of the season because of contract issues. I thought, hey, I'm going to throw in Brock there and tell him to throw like a retard to him just to troll him. But enough is enough, especially with playoffs on the line here. They were saying here that they're going to lose the locker room. I understand that. This guy, oh my god. I haven't seen anybody play this bad and stay in the game for a long time. I can't even remember a guy who was this bad who kept playing. Yeah, sorry, I got a bit of a sore throat this morning. But anyway, I think it's the owner and the GM who want to keep Brock and to keep him in. They like him for some reason, and they gave him a lot of money. Oh, sorry about that. And I think they should get out of the way. I really like O'Brien as a coach. He's smart, getting good assistants, especially Romeo Crennel in there to help, like Rabel, and to keep Godsey there to help as an offensive coordinator, where they bounce off each other and keep each other in check. think it's a smart guy. He's straightforward, and if things go to shit in Houston, he'll take the blunt of it, and he'll go coach somewhere else and do a hell of a job, which I hope doesn't happen. I hope the owner smartens the fuck up and lets O'Brien coach and have a bigger say in who they sign and who they draft. Not saying that he doesn't, but from this article and what I get from just how I see it, I don't think he wanted Brock in the first place. But if the owner wants him, it's the owner's team. He'll try to do what he can with him, especially since he gave him so much money. And there was another article I saw here talking about in 2017, next year, Brock will get another chance. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Finally, been looking like a beast. I can't wait to see him with Whitney Merciless, J.J. Watt, and John Simon on the field at the same time. They haven't been on the field for the same time since they all been on the team. I think they were in the first game where they got 5 sacks, but after that things got a little rough. So together, I think that team's gonna be nuts. Like in the first game, they were putting Simon and I think Merciless in the middle of the line with Clowney and Watt on the outside on pass rushing situations, and it was like, whoo, you just need those 4 guys rushing, and everybody else can be in coverage. It's scary. But anyway, while just talking, I probably skipped it if it was there, but yeah, he's probably ranked number 1,000, ranking the 1,000 players from week 15. But anyway, I don't think I'm gonna find it here. But anyway, it said that Brock was going to be given another shot. And it's probably because of his money. They gave pretty much all his money in the first 2 seasons, so they're going to have to keep him for the rest of the season and next season before they can trade him or cut him. And I'm going to keep it here because after this video I'm going to check out this little article. The one thing I see with him is that he doesn't seem to make the right calls for Mike, or he just doesn't make the calls, because on the blitzes I noticed that they were getting into him a lot better than they were getting at Brock. Like, Brock does seem to know how to protect himself, probably because he's scared shitless, and he doesn't dare to throw the ball, at least well. So yeah, but anyway, they were saying he's gonna get another shot unless he does something amazing in the last couple games, it does a good run in the playoffs, then they might seal his job for next season, which will be great because it's a contract year for Savage. And oh my god, Brock needs so much help. I don't know if it can be fixed. He is a professional, he's an upstanding guy. He's not a good football player. I don't know if they can change that. I mean, my point of view when they got him was, okay, O'Brien was able to do so well with all these other quarterbacks. I think he can do well with Brock. You know, Brock's younger, got some talent, he seems to have his head on straight. Alright, I think he can do something with Brock. You know, what I learned in New England is you gotta trust the coaches as a fan, because Bill Belichick would cut and make trades with players that you're like, what the fuck are you doing? And it turned out good. It turned out better for the team. Now, that's what I was doing with Brock, but at the same time, that's not fully O'Brien's choice. Now, if things don't work out with Brock, hopefully the owner smartens up and realizes, hey, I should butt out a little bit, let the coach do what he does, and he might end up tearing the team apart by wanting things done a certain way, but you hire a coach to do a job. But I mean, I could keep going on about that, and I'm pretty sure if you're a Texans fan that you feel the same way. I get frustrated about that. You may disagree with me, thinking the owner's right, but I doubt it when it comes to this with Brock. I know all the fans don't want him in. He should have been taken out so long ago, and when Savage came in, it was awesome. The fans went nuts, and I don't even know if it was because they excited about Savage. I am now after seeing how he played, even though the Jaguars aren't the best team in the league, but they do have a fourth-ranked pass defense, and he threw all over them. They barely ran the ball, and it's just anything is better than Brock. So having Savage in it was just like, yes, you could have brought Whedon in, you could have brought Nick Novak in, as long as it wasn't Brock. As long as Brock was staying on the bench, it would have been awesome. But anyway, I'm going to call it quits here. I'm just going to keep rambling on about how annoyed I am with this. Restating the same thing over and over. But anyway, thanks for watching. And now and then when I get the urge, I'll post more stuff. Leave comments you want to talk about this, or you want to hear me talk about other things. But anyway, thanks for watching and take care.